Trellis Coworking and Events is a space where innovation and inclusivity go hand in hand, creating a dynamic environment where diverse minds come together to foster creativity and collaboration. And here to tell us more is founder and CEO Rebecca Pan. Rebecca, thanks for being here on Live in the Bay.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk about Trellis and the co-working space, but I first wanted to touch on you and your career, because you've been in this industry and have had your hand in a couple of co-working spaces. So tell me about you and kind of how you've come along in your career.
Yeah, Trellis is actually my 13th, my lucky 13th co-working space. I got started in the industry in 2009, so I've been in it for a while. I started off at Next Space, which is the first brand that was an early leader in co-working. And then we started Covo in 2016, which died of COVID. But then we rebooted as Trellis, and that's the latest brand that I'm working on now.
What did you see in this market that you wanted to incorporate into Trellis and make it just different and stand out above all the others?
Something that is really important to me is climate resilience. And so as we developed Trellis as a new brand, we kind of reimagined it as a home base for climate resilience. So we have a lot of climate innovators at the space. We host a lot of climate-centric events, and that's like brought a lot of energy around sustainability and how we can support our planet.
I feel like Trellis is, that's amazing first and foremost, but I think that there are a couple of other reasons as well that makes you guys stand out from all the other co-working spaces. And so I wanted to touch on those a little bit. What is one reason that you think Trellis stands out amongst the others?
I think as a female founder, and our whole founding team is female, queer, Asian, person of color. We have everybody checks boxes of maybe not being your typical pale male that a lot of co-working spaces are appealing to and focus on. And that's really allowed us to focus on inclusivity and focus on diversity and create a space that's really warm and welcoming for everyone.
And why was that so important for you to create?
I think as a female founder, having experienced bias and having experienced being the only woman in the room, that sucks and that's not fair, and I don't think it should be that way. So if we can create an environment where everybody really belongs and has that sense of belonging, I think people can achieve their potential better and more comfortably, and just remember that they're a really important part of society.
What have you seen from everyone who comes and uses the co-working space in terms of collaborations and just relationships being formed? What have you seen, and how does that make you feel?
We have some really deep connections, both our team and with our members. Like, the community is really strong, and it's not just that you can network. It's that you create really deep and meaningful relationships. That's meaningful to me, because I feel like it can be so isolating, especially now that a lot of people are working remote. There's so much isolation, there's so much loneliness, there's so much depression and anxiety. And if we can help give people that sense of, you belong here, you should be here, we can help with people's mental health, we can help with people's productivity, we can help people reach their potential.
Amazing. You guys also are an event space, so people are able to hold events there. Tell me about that opportunity.
When we first started the space, we didn't realize that we had an event space on our hands, but we quickly realized that our gorgeous 5,000 square feet with 18-foot ceilings and lots of plants is a great event space. And we're right near Moscone. So we have events every week, huge ones when there's big conferences in town, and smaller ones throughout the week for members and for other people that come in and rent the space.
You mentioned the plants in the building, and I want to talk about this because obviously this is very important to you and something that you're passionate about, you know, green, being a little bit more green, but the decor is also very beautiful. So touch on that a little bit.
We really wanted to design a space that you would love to be in, and especially one that no matter who you are, you'd feel really comfortable in. So we went for kind of a mid-century, eclectic, industrial look. I know that's a lot of words, but it ends up just feeling very comfortable and high-end. It's all West Elm Workspace furniture. We did a partnership with them. So it's all really well-made and ergonomic and beautiful furniture.
And how can people be a part of this co-working space if they want to join and show up and use the space?
It's so easy. We have hourly. You can drop in for just an hour. It's $5. You can be there for a day. You can be there as a monthly member and get 24/7 access to the space. We wanted to make it really easy for people to utilize the space. Plus, we have a coffee shop. So our partner, Dacha, they run a coffee shop right in the front. So you don't even need to come into the co-working space. You can just come for coffee and take a meeting or get an avocado toast for lunch.
Amazing. That's very affordable. And at $5 for an hour, that's incredible. And yes, everyone wants their coffee. So what a great partnership that you have there. You have an event coming up, so I want to touch on this. Tell me about the event coming up in September.
We do. So we are getting our green building certification. We're going for LEED certification. We're a shoo-in for gold, but we're right on the cusp of platinum, which is like the highest level that you can get. But it's expensive, so we're throwing a fundraiser on September 12th to raise money for the certification.
And what do people need to know about the event? Do they need to pre-register? Can they show up? And then how can they make a donation as well?
There is on our, we have a donor box page, so we can share the link that people can buy tickets. You do need to have a ticket to come.
Okay.
Formal attire suggested. There will be a silent auction and area lists. I think people will be able to buy tickets right at the door, so if they want to just come, we're at 981 Mission Street.
Okay, but we're going to encourage people to pre-register, right? And we'll have a link.
And we know we have enough food.
Yeah, of course. Well, Rebecca, thank you so much for being here and sharing a little bit more about Trellis. You have an incredible co-working space there that you've created, and I just love what you stand for and your mission behind it all, so I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Of course.